Thursday night action in the NBA between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. OKC is the current 5 seed in the West, but the third highest net rating, while the Nuggets are 8th with a dead even split. Every time these teams meet, it's a matchup filled with intensity and late game heroics. The Thunder's 2 All-Stars put on a show with another 20-20 game from Westbrook and a clutch masterpiece from Paul George. But who sealed the deal? Let's run through the fourth quarter breakdown. Denver had a 16-point lead with 11 minutes to go when the reserves showed this awesome rotation defense. Jeremy Grant comes off the pick and roll and gets one step ahead of Faried. He has a small window to the rim, but rookie shooting guard Torrey Craig rotates and protects the rim nicely. On a second look, it appears that Faried recovered with his length to block the shot as well, but you admire the rookie's effort. Multiple possessions to start the fourth, Patrick Patterson found himself wide open in the corner, but couldn't get the ball. This was just superb patience by George, who demonstrates a perfect change of pace and direction. His burst doesn't get him around Chandler, but watch the between the legs followed by a hesitation cross to create a lane. This is on Jokic to complete the switch, or for Chandler to hurry back. It's too much space for PG. I really like this recognition by Russ. If Denver is going to have a 6'3 or 6'4 Gary Harris on PG and front him in the post, then OKC should exploit it. It's really a pinpoint pass by Westbrook, and the help defense doesn't matter. If it did, there's a 38% three-point shooter in the corner. Folks, this is an example of using a screen to manipulate your defender. PG waits for the right moment to attack once Adams comes up. Even then, Murray does a really good job at recovering and sticking to his hip. This was just one of PG's great drives as they started picking on Jokic and taking it right at him. It looks like a travel, but George had a gather step and then a long 2 strides. He gets the 3-point play. Now we're getting down to crunch time, and I gotta say, this is when Jamal Murray shines. The kid is ruthless and a wicked shot creator. Watch here as the Barton Jokic pick and roll gets defended nicely, so Denver has to reset. Murray surveys the floor and realizes he has to take PG off the dribble. The footwork and balance here are really important for a combo guard. He establishes the 1-2, and notice how he balances himself by lifting off both feet, not to mention the soft touch off the glass. I just thought this possession was a very accurate depiction of how crazy defensive timing is, and how basketball is a game of inches as well. Steven Adams comes to set a very good screen on Murray, which allows Russ to pull in the defense and sling a pass to Melo. When Murray finally gets around, all it takes is a brief second to not see what's going on. Westbrook goes back to the ball, and Murray realizes he has to pick him up. Now, even though the shot doesn't seem wide open, this is the original gap that Westbrook sees upon catching the ball. Had Murray closed just a little bit faster, maybe Westbrook doesn't take this 3-point jumper, which he drills. If you've ever heard of the term getting downhill, that's exactly what Denver accomplishes here. With 15 on the shot clock, Jokic sees that Murray needs a larger gap for a head start on Steven Adams. Murray gets the ball back, draws the big man out further, and crosses him over on the way to the paint. Watch him take the right step into Adams, initiate contact, and jump off the left foot for one of those pretty floaters he's incorporated recently. Down 7 with 2 minutes left, this was the possession that really gave OKC a chance. It was one of those crazy Russ plays, with them splitting 2 defenders up top and forcing Jokic to pick him up in the paint. By passing it to a moving Paul George, it created space in the corner. This also put Jokic into a dilemma. He can either stay at home in case George drives, or challenge a Westbrook 3. He recovers out to the perimeter, but the Brody takes it and makes it. Now just look at how ridiculous this finish is. Murray gets contained by Westbrook on the initial drive, so he pulls it back and gets another handoff from Jokic where he can sprint downhill. The burst is insane, but this scoop off the glass is next level. No, really, it is. He switches hands on that last step and finishes with his inside hand. sick. Leave it to the Thunder to respond though, as Paul George loops around Will Barton and Denver doesn't yell out a switch fast enough. Barton tries to get back, but PG already made up his mind. Splash! The following possession, Mike Malone tries to run a baseline out-of-bounds play that starts with Murray setting a screen on Grant for Chandler, which would then turn into a screen on the other side by Jokic, letting Murray flare to the weak side corner. But the refs call Jokic for an offensive foul, and OKC gets the ball back down 3 with a minute to go. Figuring out what to run here was easy, as Jokic is still one of Denver's defensive liabilities. Westbrook instructs Adams to go set the screen for PG, and there's absolutely nothing Jokic can do when George steps wide to the left and finishes with the offhand. And what do you know? It's the Jamal Murray vs. Paul George attack the big man off the pick and roll special. Here, Murray gets the step, explodes off 2 feet, and gets the goaltending call. With 30 seconds left, I love this call from Billy Donovan. At this point, the Nuggets defense is petrified of George, so they have Russ get the inbound pass and wait for the quick screen by PG. Barton was getting roasted all quarter, so he tried to stick to PG like glue. The result was no communication, no switch, and a Westbrook layup. Denver had a chance to extend the lead to 3 or 4, and really, they got the look they wanted. Murray faked Russ by rejecting the screen and crossing over into a solid mid-range jumper. He was a bit too excited and shot it strong, but Jokic saved the day with the board. After Jokic hit 2 free throws and put Denver up 3, it's OKC ball with 5.6 left. The Thunder try to run some dummy action in the middle, but the Nuggets defend it well. Eventually, PG just has to take matters into his own hands. It turns out, that hand was a flamethrower.
He got it, 1.4!
With that Harden-esque triple, George secured his 43-point game on 19 of 26 shooting. You almost wouldn't believe how deadly he's been from deep this season. He's currently one of 5 players in history to attempt at least 7 threes per game and hit over 42% of them. Steph, Clay, Ray, Dennis, and PG. What? However, all fun things must come to an end. This was in the Mile High City, and the Nuggets were not feeling overtime. The original sideline out-of-bounds action appeared to be a back screen for Murray to come get the inbound and fire a top-of-the-key 3. But when George sniffed that out, the secondary action was for Chandler to set a pin down for Gary Harris, who would flare out to the right wing. Wait a minute. What is that? Chandler is incredibly lucky to not get an offensive foul, but when Jokic makes the cross-court dime, Harris makes him pay.
Harris good if it goes! Denver wins!
Just as impressive as the shot was Joker's slingshot across the court, finishing with 29 points, 14 assists, and 13 rebounds. What an epic thriller in Denver. Thanks for watching.